So today I want to talk about a manager. So when you're given a management position, you become a manager. What do you need to be a top manager? What do you need to be a manager that makes a change, that makes difference? So to start with, the job description of a manager is very simple. If you're a manager, it means you are going to have a team. You're not going to do the job yourself, but you're going to have a team. That is one. Then you are going to have deliverables. These are like the results that is expected of you. It can be your KPIs. So, as a manager, your job is to use your team to achieve your deliverables. So, this is where it becomes a bit complicated because, especially for technical team, your team, the guys there are experts. So, you can't force them to do what they don't want to do. That is where you have to adapt your management style. So it is this your management style that makes you different. This is what makes you a good manager, a micromanager, or a bad manager. So you need to choose your management style. Then you are choosing the management style because you want to do two things. Because as a manager given a team, you want to make sure that your team that they have enough job or task to do. And another thing is that you want to also make sure that the job that they do are well done. You get? You want to give them enough task, then you want to make sure that the job that they do, that they are doing it well. It's up to the standard. So let's use the standard of the organization. It could be a global standard. It depends on the type of organization that you are working with. So now, how do I become a good manager? Mind you, you are just coming to a place. You've just been employed as a maintenance manager, a facility manager, and an engineering manager. What do I need to do to make sure that I use my team to achieve my objective while maintaining a good culture? Because you need a good culture. This is all. So, as a manager, you need to make sure that your team they have enough things to do, relevant things, are doing it well, and you have a good culture. So I'm going to tell you how to become a top manager. First thing you need to do, you need to observe your team. After observing your team, then, okay, let me make this clear. When you are managing technical team, they know it better than you because you are not doing the job. They are more technical than you. So for you to be a good manager, you need to know your process, and also you need to know your people. Observing the team, knowing your process, knowing your team, you're not actually the job. But these are the things that you need to succeed. The question is, how do I observe the team? How do I know the process? How do I know my people? So the best way is to make sure that you have clarity. So you want to have clarity of what is happening. in your team. Because if you don't know what is happening in your team, as a manager, you're supposed to report to either directors or stakeholders. You don't want to go to them fumbling. You need all the information. So what do you need to do? The best thing, the secret of becoming a top manager is one, have an appraiser system. This is the most important thing that you need to become a top manager. How do you appraise your people? So this appraiser system is going to help you hold your team accountable. You get it? So this appraiser system is different from the yearly appraiser system. This is like a task-based appraiser system. You want to give them a job. You want to make sure that the job is well done. How do you receive feedback that the job is well done? Is from your appraiser system. I know some of you may want to ask, how do I design this appraiser system? Very simple. To get this, you need to have your team to document. Let your team document what they do and how they do it. This is the secret. Once you get your team to document what they do and how they do it, then when you go to the management meeting or directors, stakeholders meeting or so, you are able to present your team as shining light. So questions are going to come, especially if you're in the manufacturing where, let's say you're maintenance manager, so you run a service team, right? When production asks questions, because you already know what your guys are doing and you know how they are doing it, you are able to give clear answer and make suggestions. So once they document what they do, how they do it, this is what you will use to give feedback. You need to, as a manager, this is what you use to give feedback. This is also what you will use to know the process. This is also what you are going to use to know your people. Because you are going to identify gaps in skill. So with this, you can prepare training. You can prepare training for your team. So as a manager, these are the few things that you need to do. Very, very important. This documentation of what they do, how they do it, will enable you to give them feedback if they don't follow your approach. So as a manager, I'm going to give you a very good management style that is going to help you. It's called the servant leadership. This is the best management style that is going to make you a top manager. By servant leadership, I'm talking about a servant leader is someone that empowers the people to act by providing them with process and tools. As a servant leader, the things that you need to give to your people is process and tools. Like, what playbook are we using? If you're a maintenance manager, what is your playbook? Are you doing corrective maintenance, preventive maintenance? How many? Your maintenance strategy falls under your process. If you're an engineering manager, your process of getting a project done all falls under the process. Then the tools that you give to them, the tools could be things like this is where you bridge the knowledge gap. So the tools could include like training. It could be training, it could be workshop, it could be seminar. You tell them what to do, how to do it. It could be work process. For example, it could be like you have RCA tools for root cause analysis, working principle, then and all that. Then with this, you will achieve your deliverables, which are your KPIs. Look at this very well, take it and do something with it. Because if it were not so, if it were not so, I would have told you. See you.